chat to you for a little while. It's been a little bit since you and I have just sort of talked. I feel like a lot's happened and not a lot's happened both at the same time. But if that's okay with you, you want to just listen to me yap whilst you try and fall asleep. I've got you all tucked in, nice and cozy here. Got a nice blanket just wrapped around you. Hopefully that's comfortable. But if you'll join me, I'll just sort of yap away. Let you sort of turn your brain off and just listen to me spout all kinds of nonsense whilst you try and fall asleep. How does that sound? How's that? Does that sound alright? Just letting you rest by giving you some little yapping distractions. Hopefully that's alright. If so, just make sure you are actually tucked in and cozy. I can't do it for you as much as I might like to. Just get tucked in nice and cozy. And I'll just let my brain spew all kinds of nonsense. Hey, just let this Aussie Bozo chat away until you fall asleep. There. You're all tucked in, you're all ready for me to distract your brain whilst you try and fall asleep. Good. 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 Well, I think I want to start by telling you that I finally went and saw Project Hail Mary. If you're not aware, Project Hail Mary is a movie that came out recently. It's a space film based on a novel by one of my favorite authors. And so I was always going to go and see the film, but I was waiting a little while because I don't like crowded movie theaters. It rather bugs me. I like a more quiet experience when watching a film in a theater. And so it's been out for about 2 weeks now. About that. And I just went and saw it. Now, for a little bit of context, I actually have it here. I'm a very big Andy Weir fan. I have all his books, The Martian, Artemis, and Project Hail Mary. And I got this as soon as it came out when he wrote it, I think back in 2022. As you can tell, it's much loved. It's like stains on it. The corners have sort of like what's the word? Obviously rubbed against my bag because I was carrying this around with me for a couple weeks when I was reading it, and then since I've also read it again, so it's had a lot of love. But this might be one of my favorite books. It keeps that title keeps changing. My favorite book. This is definitely one of them. I couldn't tell you what actually is my favorite book. Andy Weir is definitely up there. And so when this came out, I was so excited. I couldn't put it down. I was reading it constantly. It's so intriguing, so interesting. And the science in this book is, although fake, very, very well written. I loved how scientific it was, despite the fact that it's all made up space, alien, bacteria, amoeba stuff. It's really interesting and grounded in realism. So I went and saw the movie the other day. Ryan Gosling is the main actor. He plays Grace. He plays Ryland Grace. Is that his name? Yep. Ryland Grace is the sole survivor on a desperate and last chance mission. And if he fails, humanity and the earth itself will perish. Except that right now, he doesn't know that. He can't even remember his own name, let alone the nature of his assignment or how to complete it. Just reading the blurb on the back. All he knows is that he's been asleep for a very, very long time. And he's just been awakened to find himself millions of miles from home with nothing but 2 corpses for company. His crewmate's dead, his memories fuzzily returning. Ryland realizes that an impossible task now confronts him. Hurtling through space on a tiny ship, it's up to him to puzzle out an impossible scientific mystery and conquer an extinction-level threat to our species. With the clock ticking down and the nearest human being light years away, he has to do it all alone. Or does he? Oh, what does that mean? Oh my god. That's just the blurb on the back. Which, I think this book is best read. Not knowing any of that. I think if you just knew that it was a space story about a guy alone in space, and then read the book, it has reveals as it goes, and it's paced very well. The story beats happen in a manner that's new information is dropped as Grace remembers his his past, because he wakes up with amnesia. So doesn't remember who he is. Slowly is getting his memories back, and as you learn what's going on with alongside him, I think that's the best way, just to not know anything. Because to start off with, he doesn't even know he's in space. He has to do a bunch of math to figure it out. It's really, really interesting to read. I would read the start of this, but I'll probably we'll be here for 6 hours, because I'll just end up reading the whole book. Yeah, if you couldn't tell, I really love haven't even talked about the film yet. I've just been talking about the book. But the film came out. It's a good adaptation of the source material. It's not the first time that I ever have seen a film after reading the book. I think the first time I experienced that was probably Ready Player One. I think when I read Ready Player One, I must have read it back in like 2015 or something. And then that film came out in 2018, 19, 20. I don't remember when the film came out. It must have been like 2019 or something. I don't remember. But that was probably the first time I'd ever seen a film after reading the book first. And that was a terrible adaptation. It's so different. But the weird thing is that the things they did different are the things that are good. This is Ready Player One, by the way. I'm not talking about Hail Mary yet. If you haven't noticed, I kind of get lost in thought and trail off on different tangents and just talk about those for a while before I get back to what I was actually talking about. But yeah, that was the first time I experienced having read the source material before seeing the source material as in a novel, because I have read manga before watching an anime, so I do also have that like under my belt. Case in point is ReZero there. I've read all of that, and then the show comes out and I watch that, so I already know what's happening. Okay, let's get back to Project Hail Mary, because I'm sure you want to hear me talk about that, right? I've been leading you on this whole time. The film is good. I won't deny that the film is very good for any like non-book readers going into that film. It's a good 2 hours, 20, 30, something like that. You'll enjoy yourself. It's very fun. The main character is likable. The spoiler alert, the alien that's in the film, because if you watch the trailer you know there's an alien in it, it's like a little puppet. They've like puppeteered this little like creature, and it looks really good. It's not like some CGI like thing. It's actually like a little puppet that they puppeteered, and so Ryan Gosling had something that he could actually like interact with. There was something physical there for him to bounce off of, which I think is always good when a film has something like that. There's nothing worse than like doing the Star Wars things where George Lucas just goes, I'll just look there, we'll CGI in the guy later and have him react. How does the actor then know how to bounce off what's going on if he can't see what's there? Yeah, the film's really good. It's really beautiful, actually. There's a point in it when they go to a planet in a different star system, and Grace is on the outside of the ship looking at the planet. He's doing like a EVA operation, and he's up on the outside of the ship, and there's just this shot of like him really small. Like if he's standing here, he's really small. And then there's this big, beautiful, like green, purpley, just like spiral circles, like of clouds on this planet. And it looks absolutely amazing. It looks so good. And then there's a part where he like closes his eyes, and they're looking for this like frequency of light that what do they call it? The Petrova frequency is what it's called in the film. So there's like this spectrum of light, that's this infrared light line that comes out of the sun and goes to a planet, and they're trying to see like where it is and capture the stuff in it. And there's a part where like the lights on the ship, or the cameras on the ship, they turn to infrared so they can see the line, but he's out in it because he's trying to set up this little machine to collect some of the things that are in this like wavelength of light. And then he closes his eyes and it flips on the camera so you can see, and there's all these little like speckles of light, little red light like dancing around, and the score comes up and he's like on the outside of the ship having this surreal moment, and it looked absolutely fantastic. It really just made like the visual spectacle like that much more enjoyable. Because obviously a book, it's all in your head. You're the one that makes up what everything looks like. But to have just like these really clean, artsy, sort of just beautiful is the only way that I can describe it. These beautiful moments in this film that just linger and make you appreciate what you're looking at. It was really nice. I really, really, really enjoyed that. However, because I've read the book, I was thoroughly disappointed in the amount of science that was in the film. I'm a bit of a nerd, okay? Alright, I'm a bit of a nerd. And just the lack of Ryland Grace doing math and like physics, geometry, like I think he does like some biology. He's a school teacher who has a degree in microbiology or something like that. So he has a doctorate in like studying microorganisms. And so he's really smart. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. And he just, in the film, is not that at all. He kind of just comes across as like a regular Joe. Like he's just an everyday school teacher. He's a little smart, but his like level of knowledge, like the way that his problem solving skills, that's probably the better way to put it. His problem solving skills are just non-existent. He definitely solves problems, but he doesn't show the working out. And really just is like, I just wanted a moment where he was like doing some math and he has one of his discoveries. The good old aha moment. Because they do that in the book. Like I said at the start, he doesn't know he's in space. And so he realizes that gravity doesn't seem right. And so he gets a stopwatch and he drops something and he times it. And then he uses that, takes multiple measurements, and he figures out that gravity is like 1.5 times what it should be. And then from there he deduces that he's either in a giant centrifuge or he's in space accelerating. And so then he's like, well, if I was on Earth in a centrifuge, why would someone build that? That doesn't make sense. It would have to be this big, and there's no way that that would logically make sense. So the only thing that makes sense is that I'm in a spaceship and I'm accelerating. So it's just like he has these moments where he's like gluing in. He's gluing into like just like stuff like that, and it's not present in the film. And I'm just like, I just really wanted more of that. That's what's so good about Andy Weir's writing. It's what's so good about Andy Weir's writing is his ability to make believable science. Because he does that in The Martian too. The Martian is just straight up. It's not even fiction. It is just a science book. The fiction is that they're on Mars, but I mean, by like 2050, who's to say we're not gonna have people going to Mars? Like, it's possible. And the level of science they've achieved in that film would be the level that we had in that year or so. You know, I don't see why not. You know, yeah, his writing style is very, very much that. And it's just a little disappointing to see it not be there in the film adaptation. I've been yapping for a little bit now, haven't I? I've been yapping for a little bit now, haven't I? That's been distracting. Is it stopping that brain of yours from overthinking? Have you decided to finally get some rest? I hope so. No. Don't worry. Don't worry at all. I'm still gonna chat to you. I'm still gonna chat to you. I just want to make sure that you're resting. It's alright if you want to listen to what I have to say, but don't let any random little thought penetrate that brain of yours, okay? Alright, it's time to shut off your thoughts. Don't let them distract you. Let me yapping about movies and books be what fills your brain. Okay? So just rest up. Just rest up there, Bozo. Alright? Are you all tucked in? Nice and cozy. I got you tucked in all nice and cozy. So just rest. Just relax. It's okay. for a little while. I know I just nerded out about a book and a film for a little while, but I kind of want to talk about a video game. Well, like 2 video games. I busted out my old 3DS. It's not even, I shouldn't say old, because I didn't actually have a 3DS growing up. I had a DS Lite. That was the Nintendo console I had. I grew up with the Nintendo DS Lite. That was what I had. And I remember when the 3DS came out, and I wanted one, but I was never given one, or was never able to get one. And I think right before they cancelled, what was it? They stopped producing games and consoles. It was the last run they were doing of selling that in stores. I got one. I got the new 3DS XL, and I got the Super Nintendo Entertainment System model. I may have shown it off in one of my very first videos I ever made, but I recently pulled it out of where it was tucked away and loaded up a game that I hadn't played since I bought the thing. And they're making a sequel to it soon too, which is Tomodachi Life. I was playing Tomodachi Life recently, which has been funny. I would have loved this game as a 14-year-old kid. I would have absolutely loved the heck out of it. It's such a teenage person's game to play. So if I had a 3DS back then, I think I would have absolutely enjoyed all of it. And they're making a sequel for the Switch too, I believe. It may also be on the Switch one, but I don't know. I never actually bought the Switch 2. I am not happy with Nintendo. I don't like what they're doing. So I didn't buy their new console. Can you blame me? Can you blame me? I don't like what that company's doing at the moment. So until they fix it, I'm not going to be spending my money. I won't be spending my money with them until they fix the issues I have. But I do love their legacy games, and I was such a fanboy of the original Switch 1. Fell in love with that console. Excuse me, that was a little burp there. Yeah, I fell in love with the Switch. Probably one of my all-time, you know what, no, it's probably my all-time favorite console. There is just so many good games on the first Switch. So much that came out. You got Mario Odyssey, Legend of Zelda. You've got, what else did I play? You've got Metroid Prime. That's a good game. You've got, what else? be around when that game was releasing all its DLC characters. That was a time for sure to be a Nintendo fan. If you're a Nintendo fan, as they were releasing the characters for Smash Ultimate, it was just so hype. I remember the Sephiroth trailer came out, and that's got to be one of the best reveals of any character in anything ever. Such a good thing. Sephiroth stabs Mario with his sword. He just comes out of nowhere. He goes with his big muscle in there. And then you see a silhouette of Mario dangling off where he stabbed him, but then it does a close up of his eye and it zooms out and he's stabbed Mario through his shirt and he's holding him up there, and then Cloud runs in and hits it, and then Mario goes whoa, flies at the camera. It's so good. It's so good. And of course I am very much a Final Fantasy VII fan, so Cloud was a character that I always played in Smash Ultimate. And so when they released Sephiroth, I was like, this is perfect. And then I became a Sephiroth main. And then when they released Sora, then I started playing Sora as well. So I was all the Final Fantasy characters. I was Cloud, I was Sephiroth, and I was Sora. Those were the 3 characters that I mained and learned how to play really, really well. Okay, well, I miss the Switch. I miss the golden era of the Switch. But, like I was saying, I've been playing my 3DS, and it's nice. It's nice to have, how do I put this? It's nice to have a distraction that's not tied to the internet. Does that make sense? It's nice to have something small and versatile that fits in my pocket, that when I'm bored or having a slow moment at work, instead of pulling up my phone, scrolling on YouTube to find a video, or opening up Facebook or Instagram or any sort of social media, doing anything like that, instead of scrolling, I pick up my 3DS, I boot up a game, and I just play that for 10-15 minutes before I have to go and do something else. It's really nice to have something that's a distraction, that doesn't control me. It's not fighting for my attention. It's not constantly pushing notifications for me to interact with it. It's there for me when I want it and when I need it. And nothing more, nothing less. It's just a console that exists for me to have fun. It's not trying to get me to buy anything. It's not shoving ads down my throat. It just exists in a state that's quiet. That was a bit of a tangent. Just to say that. so many more fun video games to play. If you play League, or have ever seen someone play League, you'll know what I'm talking about. Don't play League, don't play Deadlock. I'll play Deadlock and get mad for you. How does that sound? How does that sound? I feel like this light is too bright. Let me dim it down a bit. Yeah, I've been playing Deadlock. And it's like Overwatch meets League of Legends. But it is a MOBA, multiplayer online battle arena. I believe that's what MOBA stands for. And the MOBA model sucks. I don't like MOBAs. I don't like how, if you're losing, you're going to continue to lose. If you don't play optimally in the first 5 to 10 minutes of the game, the rest of the game is a wash. You're better off just not playing if you don't do well in the first 5 to 10 minutes. Because you'll be underleveled, not able to get back, you'll die constantly to the enemy team. And the same thing is, for the opposite. If you do super well in the first 10 minutes, the rest of the game is just so easy because you're that much higher level than every other person. So you're able to just sweep the floor with them. It's really just not. It's not a style of gameplay that I like. Because what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to buy items to strategize and defeat the people who have high numbers by using a strategy. But you can't buy those items if you're not high enough. You don't have enough money, and you get money by defeating the enemy. So, I don't know, it can be rather frustrating. But when the game is even, when you're matched against people that know what they're doing, but to the same level that you know the game, people aren't trying too hard. They're not min-maxing characters, and they're just there to have some fun. The game really shines when you can find a match like that. And of course, the characters are fun. I like everyone's sort of base. What do you call it? Their base movesets, base abilities. I just don't like that your abilities change based on items that you get. I got really tired all of a sudden. Maybe all this talking's tired me out. Maybe it's time I go to sleep too. I told you. I just got really tired all of a sudden. Maybe I should go to bed. Are you sleeping? Have you fallen asleep? of my words distract you long enough that your brain was able to just turn off and be quiet. Alright. Good night. Good night, Bozo. I am gonna go to sleep. I probably could yap for longer about all sorts of things. I didn't even talk about anything I've done at the gym recently. I'm disappointed with myself because I've definitely, not badly, so don't freak out, but I've definitely injured my shoulder a little bit. So doing like this motion is a little tender right in like this part of my shoulder, like right there. So doing that, I can feel a little bit of tension. So I've had to cut back on my time at the gym, and then when I'm there, I'm not doing as much weight as I was. So I'm a little upset because I can't lift heavy things at a gym. But I don't know, I'll talk to you about that later. I'll let you rest. And I'll let myself rest too. My candle's sort of fading. Probably a good time to go to bed. Well, good night. Sleep tight. And don't let the bed bugs bite. I'll see you around, Bozo. Sleep well. And if you need me, I'll always be here. You can just return. Come back and see me. Alright? I'll always be here for you. Alright, goodbye. Goodbye. Get off. Alright, goodbye. See you, bye.